My journey to learning English in London. Hello, my name is Catherine Brawl and I am an English student. Today I want to share my story about learning English in London and how it transformed my life. I will also tell you about my amazing teacher and the techniques that helped me improve. It all started on a beautiful summer day when I traveled to London by train. Two women sat across from me speaking English. At the time, I was a beginner and didn't understand much of it, but I decided to practice my basic English with them. To my surprise, they understood me. They were from England and even gave me their contact information, encouraging me to visit them someday. That short conversation motivated me to work hard on my speaking skills. Over the next 6 months, I practiced daily. I translated text, watched English movies, and improved significantly. But I wanted to learn more, so I decided to study English in London. My first English class. On my first day at school, I met my teacher, a kind and enthusiastic young woman named Mrs. Smith. She introduced us to a simple yet effective method of learning English, using the language as much as possible instead of relying on textbooks. She emphasized that the language is for communication and the best way to learn is by speaking, listening, and reading. We spent the entire first lesson talking about our hobbies and interests. I loved this approach because it felt natural. Mrs. Smith also explained that while learning grammar and vocabulary is important, the key is to use English in real life situations, learning new words. In one of our lessons, a student asked about the best way to learn new words. Mrs. Smith recommended reading as the most effective method. She advised us to choose books or texts that interest us and to focus on understanding the content rather than memorizing every new word. She explained that when we encounter unfamiliar words, we should look them up in the dictionary but not stress about remembering them immediately. Over time, repeated exposure to these words in context helped us learn them naturally. This method worked wonders for me and I started reading English books regularly, improving pronunciation. Well, it's another important thing. Another student struggled with pronunciation and I asked for advice. Mrs. Smith introduced us to the technique called the shadowing. This involves listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say as quickly as possible. It helps train our mouth muscles to produce English sounds accurately. At first, shadowing felt challenging, but with practice, it became easier. I noticed a significant improvement in my pronunciation and fluency. Mrs. Smith also encouraged us to watch English TV shows and move to movies to get used to different accents and speaking skills. Practicing speaking. Let's dive into it. Speaking was the most challenging part for me. I was shy and afraid of making mistakes. Mrs. Smith reassured us that mistakes are a natural part of the learning. She encouraged us to practice speaking every day, even if it was just talking to ourselves. I started thinking aloud in English, describing my day and expressing my thoughts. This technique helped me become more comfortable with the language. I also practiced with classmates and eventually gained the confidence to speak with native speakers. Using English in everyday life. Mrs. Smith emphasized the importance of using English in daily activities. She suggested listening to English broadcasts while cooking, reading English news articles, and writing a journal in English. I followed her advice and noticed how these small habits improved my skills over time. I also found a part time job at a cafe in London where I practiced speaking with customers. At first, I struggled with understanding different accents, but with time, I adapted. My boss was supportive and even taught me how to communicate with non native speakers using the simple sentences. Overcoming shyness. It's another big problem. One of the biggest hurdles for many students, including me, was shyness. Mrs. Smith shared her own experience of feeling nervous when speaking a foreign language. She reminded us that everyone makes mistakes and that the goal is communication, not perfection. She encouraged us to focus on what we could do rather than what we couldn't. By celebrating small achievements like having a short conversation or learning a new word, we build confidence and motivation. Setting goals and tracking progress. Mrs. Smith taught us the importance of setting realistic goals and tracking our progress. She recommended taking online tests to measure our vocabulary and grammar skills. I took one of these tests and discovered I knew down 2100 words. This gave me a clear idea of my level and motivated me to aim higher. She also encouraged us to celebrate every milestone, no matter how small. Whether it was reading a book, having a conversation, or learning a new idiom, each achievement brought me closer to fluency. Final thoughts. My time in London was a life-changing experience. I learned not only English but also valuable lessons about perseverance, confidence, and the joy of learning. Mrs. Smith's teaching method combined with my daily practice helped me achieve my goals. If you are learning English, remember to read, listen, and speak. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. They are part of journey. Surround yourself with English as much as possible and celebrate your progress along the way. Learning English opens doors for me and it can do the same for you. Keep practicing, stay motivated and enjoy the process. You will be amazed at how far you can go.